QR codes are everywhere, on receipts, posters, packages. They are so common we barely think about them. QR codes like this one store information using a grid of black and white squares, which means there's a finite number of possible combinations, and when something has a limit, it can run out. The internet used to run on IPv4 addresses. They are 32-bit numbers that uniquely identified every device. Because IPv4 used 32 bits, it meant there were exactly 2:32 possible addresses, which is exactly 4,294,967,296. That seemed like plenty in the early days of the internet, back when computers were rare and mobile devices didn't exist. No one imagined that we would ever run out. Spoiler, we did. By 2011, we had officially exhausted the global pool of unused IPv4 addresses, and we had to implement workarounds like NET just to keep things running. Eventually, we transitioned to IPv6, which uses 128-bit addresses, providing 3.4 into 10 to the power 38 combinations. That's 340 undecillion, so many that we are unlikely to run out. Ever. Coming back to QR codes, the smallest QR code, version 1, is a 21 by 21 grid. That's 441 modules total, but only about 152 bits of actual data once you subtract all the structural patterns, alignment, error correction, and formatting. That's enough space for roughly 25 alphanumeric characters. QR codes uses several different data encoding modes. Numeric is the most efficient, just 3.3 bits per digit. Alphanumeric takes 5.5 bits per character. Byte takes 8 bits per character, and kanji about 13 bits per character. So the amount of data you can store depends not just on size, but also what you're storing. As we move up in versions, the grid gets larger. Version 2 is 25 by 25, version 5 is 37 by 37. Each step adds 4 modules per side, but keep in mind, we are printing millions of these things every day. Just like IPv4, the world kept adding devices until we ran out of addresses. So far, we have only talked about the lower end of the spectrum, when there are actually 40 versions of QR codes, and the largest, version 40, is 177 by 177 modules. That's over 31,000 modules total. With low error correction and byte encoding, that's enough to store 2,953 bytes, or about 7,089 digits. The total number of possible combinations, 2 to the power of 2,953 into 8. That's a number with over 7,000 digits, far more than the number of atoms on Earth. So yes, QR codes have a finite capacity, but the combinations are astronomically large that we won't even come close to using it all. So, can we run out of QR codes? Technically yes, but practically never.